Just as many people fear speaking in public, there are also countless thousands of professional people who fear networking. Hi, my name is Paul Puckridge. Thanks for joining me. Networking is such an important skill in the professional workplace today. Yet we've found that there are so many people, both young and more mature professionals, be they employees or managers, who could think of nothing worse than going out socially, either during working hours or outside of working hours, and networking with their customers, prospective customers, or perhaps people within their industry. So why is it that so many people find networking challenging? Well, I've got a few thoughts. I think one of the first things that we've found, having spoken to literally hundreds and hundreds of people who've gone through our networking programs, is many of them have had bad previous experiences. In other words, they've been uncomfortable networking because they haven't known what to say or do. They've been thrust into going into a networking event. They've fumbled, they've fallen, not physically but metaphorically. They've felt embarrassed, they felt uncomfortable, and they walked away with some battle scars. And unfortunately that might have happened 10 years ago, but such was the emotion of the moment, they've decided to steer well clear of networking events. There are also some people we know who are just naturally introvert. And if I was to generalise, we'd say that these people are often in the finance areas, the IT areas, the areas where they tend to stick to themselves, stay behind the scenes, and often if they're asked to be thrust into the limelight, they feel very uncomfortable with that. Common responses to our networking program prior to coming along is, well, how do I introduce myself? What do I say? What if I make a fool of myself? And for many people, they go through this mental nightmare of thinking of all the worst case scenarios. Well, why? What are the benefits of learning to network? I mean, why should you network? I've got a few thoughts on that. Firstly, we live in an age where we are socially interacting with everyone pretty much every hour of the day. We also know that one of the very best ways of getting to know people, both professionally as well as personally, is to interact with them. And as so many organisations and their suppliers and providers and customers are tearing down the barriers between doing business, we know that the very best organisations make it a focus to get to know their suppliers, their providers, their customers on a social basis, and often social networking events are part of that happening. The other benefit is you get to build a profile. As a professional person, whether you're starting out as a graduate or whether you're more mature, you get to meet a whole lot of different people, perhaps within your industry, within your organisation. You get to meet a whole lot of new people as well as your current customers and suppliers and providers. And if you know how to use your networking skills, it's amazing how many new opportunities open up to you. Another great skill, especially for those in a more senior role, is what you learn. It's called reconnaissance. So even though you're going to a networking event to interact and socialise, have a good time and meet people, you're also there to pick up information which could be really valuable for your organisation. So what is it that we help organisations do regarding networking? Well, we have a fabulous half-day program called Networking Power. It's a program designed for anyone and everyone that needs to network, either internally within their organisation, and some of our clients have very large organisations. It's also designed to network externally at social events, association events, club events, customer events, supplier events, or maybe special events your organisation is putting on. The purpose of Networking Power is to teach people who perhaps feel a little bit uncomfortable or unsure of themselves as to what to say, what to do, how to introduce themselves, how to keep a conversation going, how to leave a conversation, how to join a conversation. We even teach certain people who may be shy how to talk to someone of the opposite sex. I know there's a smile on my face and I don't want to make light of it, but trust me, and you probably know this already, there are a lot of men in the workplace, and women, but we'll talk about men for the moment, that in their personal lives are very comfortable speaking to their partners, but in a personal situation, in a professional situation, in a networking event, go all shy and don't know what to say. And of course, if we can overcome those barriers and teach people how to have what we call the elevator pitch, how to introduce themselves and introduce their company and what they do, how to be an interesting person, how to start a conversation, how to keep a conversation moving, the best way of joining a conversation that's already going on. In other words, you've got 2 or 3 people talking, how can you seamlessly join? Or after you've already had enough time with 1 or 2 people, how do you gracefully exit? What should you say? What shouldn't you say? What are the things that you should bring along with you to a networking event? What's involved in the preparation? All these things are discussed in the half-day program. We even give everyone a networking personality profile. That's included free of charge. And what that does is that helps each person who attends to understand his or her networking style. For those who discover that they are extroverts, they might be harming their networking possibilities by saying too much. Then those people who are networking introverts might learn how to open up and feel comfortable, reduce their nerves and stress, and we'll look at some techniques in doing that. If you'd like to know more about how we can help your people find wonderful opportunities inside and outside of your organisation to network, to get to know people, to build relationships, because that's ultimately what this program is all about, please phone us on 1300 881 891. And I look forward, or one of my colleagues looks forward, to sharing with you how we can make a difference and help your people become networking experts, comfortable, confident, and capable in building great relationships. Thank you.